I made myself another caddy for, excuse my phone, I have it on right now, kind of made after the one that I had recently done. So if you get sick when cameras move, bear with me. I'm going to show you the other one. I have a few things that are sitting kind of in front of it, but this is the caddy I originally made. And it's got like a sleigh kind of a thing in the front that holds my, excuse me, my tapes, and then it's all made out of toilet paper tubes, so each one has a place where things kind of fit inside of it. And then I have my glue sticks and some things in the back. And I put an extra little fun thing on the front. But I just kind of left it that way. That's the end of it. You can kind of see where it ends. So that was the first caddy I made. And I just made this second one. Let me put these back. You can see from the top that I can fit all of my like little embossing powders and stuff in it. And then my idea was that I would label the fronts. And I would label like on the cap or whatever on the front so that you can see what you have in there. So it's easier to use. So let me turn this off, and I'm going to use this paper and some toilet paper tubes and do a quick tutorial to show you how I made this, since I already have this one put together. So I'll just kind of give you like a pseudo tutorial on how I did that. Okay, I'll be right back. Alright, I got my phone turned down. Those of you who have really great ears may still hear it. I hope not though. Anyway, toilet paper tubes, and I'd use like chipboard, but I'm going to use cardstock now to make that caddy. So I just decided about how tall I wanted them. I'm not going to make a big deal out of this one, but I think I approximately cut it in thirds. Something like that. So I'm going to cut these in thirds for the purpose of the video. And I'm not going to measure, so if they're not all straight across, you'll forgive me, right? And when you cut them, they end up looking like that. Just squish them with your fingers, put them back together. Sometimes you'll have bottles that actually fit better when they're that way because it gives them more room. Here's a really good example of that. If you have it totally round, it doesn't always fit quite as well, but if you bend it, it fits right in there. Pretty cool, huh? So you make your caddy your way. I'll show you one way and then you can tweak it the way you want. Now you can paint these, or you can cover them in colored paper like scrapbooking and whatever. That type of paper. Whatever you feel you want to. Now I place them directly on a flat surface and glue them together that way. That way you know the bottom of your surface of that is going to be flat when you put it together. And that would consist of the very first row. And then I would put these together and I'd make row number 2. Kind of squishing these together to make them more round as I go. Okay, that's step number 1. Step number 2, and let me quickly grab my cutter. Because after I glue this down, I'm going to not so gracefully glue some of the edges of this, mostly on the these two middle parts, and a little bit on each edge, and then glue it right down to the edge, kind of the edge of the paper that you want as your base. Okay? And then this is how I did mine. You're going to have paper sticking out the back, but I have this trimmer that has this part that comes up and down. I just put it up to that point where it hit this plastic piece. I don't know if you're actually seeing that. Let me move it up. Oh hey, if you watch my other videos, this is the handy dandy tweezer I lost which I then found. Woohoo! Yay for me! So here we go. I butt that up against there. I put it against the edge at the top so I get kind of a straight cut, and I just cut straight down. So you do have that little lip hanging off the back, but I'm not really too concerned about that. And mine went down off the edge. This one didn't, so I'm just going to cut off the excess off the back like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this one down. Remember, you want the flat side down, because if you notice, mine are not all the same height. And they weren't on the caddy that I originally made either, and it totally works. So don't freak out if yours isn't. I'm just going to do those edges. So one more time. Kind of butt it up against the edge. Give it a press down. Put it in the cutter. Put up against that side. Slice it off. Now you've got two pieces. And I liked mine, I wanted mine staggered so that you could see it kind of was making a stair. So put it up there, decide how tall or short you want it to be. Obviously you have to have room for the glue to sit. So I'm thinking, you know, somewhere around there. So I'm going to put glue right here. A little bit on each one. And then I'm just going to eyeball it. Just going to squish them together. And if you stick your fingers in there, just be really careful that you don't burn yourself. So you can feel that glue right through those. They're not that thick. Okay. And then they're stuck together and they made a stair. Now, I had 3 stairs. Mine went up a 3rd level. I started noticing that it was going to kind of tip back. So underneath here, of course, I'm not prepared for that. You need another little piece of toilet paper tube. Maybe I'll edit this out, maybe I won't. Yeah, I probably will, because this video is getting long. Just go like this. Decide about where you want that to be. I just scrape it along so that I get kind of a mark there on the edge. And then I cut it off right there. I'm going to make one approximately the same size. And those are your supports. I'm just going to glue those on the back. So here's where you want to try to get your glue to sit on the back of there, and it doesn't need to be perfect, and then just set it on. And same with this one. Put some glue on there and set it on the back. That way when you turn it over and you set it down, it's got a base. Mine's a little high, but it sits kind of forward. I'm going to take you for a ride and show you that. So it's the one I originally made sits a little flatter, but this one scoots kind of forward, but I think it still totally suits my purpose. Yeah, look at that. You can still get them in there. Maybe save yourself a little space. Make one that stares upwards, and then take a skinnier paper towel tube as your back support, and that would totally work. You're not going to really see the back, so you don't really care what it looks like. It's a perfect caddy for keeping things organized and not spending a lot of money. So I hope that helps somebody. If you enjoyed it and you think you might make one, link to me a video or a picture response and show me what you made. Thanks.